Hello, welcome to North Metropolitan TAFE and welcome to the Construction Materials Testing Learning Management System, Blackboard. My name is Richard and I am your trainer and facilitator for this course. To introduce the content we will cover on Tuesdays between 9 and 3, a very good place to start is the Learning and Assessment Plan. This provides all the information you need to know about the course. You can access the document by double-clicking on the heading. The file will be saved to the Downloads folder or other location depending on your settings. This file is a Word document. So first to note that Tuesday's classes incorporate 3 units of competency as listed here on the front page. Regarding the resources that you will need for the course, these are listed here. You should bring a scientific calculator to class, and it's useful to have a clear plastic ruler because we'll be drawing some graphs and other diagrams. There is a course workbook which is supplied by the college. You will get this workbook in your first class. At the bottom of the page is an assessments summary. These are the mandatory assessments that must be completed in order to pass the course. The next page gives more details about the week-to-week training schedule. Note that some weeks we'll be working out of the Northbridge campus laboratory. I will provide more information about this in class. So this is the schedule for the first 10 weeks. And then comes a term break. Notice that at the end of week 10, we will have a practice test. And then in week 11, directly after the break, will be the first written test. That's on the Tuesday, immediately after the 1-week term break. Now going back to the welcome page in Blackboard, the next task that we must complete in this first week is the BKSB Numbers and Knowledge Skills Evaluation test. The results of this test are to help your trainers provide the right level of training for each of you individually. For this reason, it is important to do this test all by yourself, and you will need about an hour, and there's no time limit. To log in to your BKSB test, your username will be your student ID, usually 8 numbers. The student ID, this is the student ID code that is given on your TAFE letter of acceptance. And the password is password. You will then get a welcome page, continue on to the terms and conditions, and scroll down to accept. It is the Focus English and Focus Maths quizzes that you need to complete. In each case, choose Take the Initial Assessment, and the test can be done in either order. So, click on Take the Initial Assessment, and then carefully work through each page of the test, following the instructions as you go. Eventually, you'll get to a point where you're told End of Assessment. At this point, click on Results and go back to the home page. Next, click on the other link, Take the Initial Assessment, and work through this one in a similar manner. Once you've completed these 2 tests, you've now done the essential housekeeping that must be completed during the first week of the course. See you in class on Tuesday.